Hello Floral.today followers, and welcome to another Floral Friday. This week we are going to be talking about my 3 favorite books at the moment, and also 2 books that I cannot wait to get my hands on. I'm all about books that are inspirational, educational, and also just pretty. Who doesn't love beautiful design? So let's get into it. The very first book we're going to talk about is the very first book I was ever given as a gift. It is still very relevant to this day, and it is called ARTFLOR 2, and it was created by the Flower Council of Holland. And the great thing is, throughout the book, it is all actual events that were photographed or cut. There's only a few arrangements that might have coordinated with it or went with the theme, but it gives you the actual date and like where the event was held, so you can kind of get the feel of where this event was taking place. This book is all about great inspiration, and in the book it also states in the very back that this was made for American designers to be inspired and kind of learn what's going on around them in the US and around the world that is big, beautiful events. This book was, I got my note card because you never know what information you might need. This book is from 2006. I absolutely love it. It's got this beautiful cover with 2 white French tulips and then a black tulip on the back. Throughout the inside, you get many different colors, many different textures, but you get very inspirational designs. You don't have to do the exact what you see in the picture. You could change the color, but you might like the style or some type of treatment they've done. This book, like I said, this is one of those books that you could put on your table or put it somewhere in your shop. Open it up for girls to see, or for same-sex couples, whoever is doing an event. This doesn't, it's not weddings, it's not all weddings. There's ideas for picnics, birthdays, tea parties. Any type of event can be taken from this book and still be very relevant to now. So that's why I love ARTFLOR 2. I try to find it online, and I can't find anywhere to buy it right now. If you know, leave it in the comments or on our Facebook, and we'll make sure to add it in later. But this is a great reference book for events for Americans. Like I said, the Flower Council of Holland made this for you to be inspired, not just Americans, but anybody. And so let's move on to our next book. Our next book is ARTFLOR Advanced Design and Process by Hitomi Gilliam. This is the 2nd edition that came out in 2010. I got this book at the 2010 AIFD Symposium. Hitomi autographed it and everything. I love an autographed book. It makes it a little more personal. The people that know you and are autographing leave you beautiful messages on the inside. So it makes it just kind of not a moment, because they leave it for different messages for a lot of people. But you can always go back and reference it and feel good. But back to the book. It's got a beautiful Gloriosa lily on the front, and throughout the book, the whole entire aspect of this book is all educational. It's all principles and elements of design. There's a whole section on color, how to transition through different types of elements of design, whether it be color or texture. She also has a lot of her techniques that she did, or if it's a certain container, there's beautiful alabaster containers in here. She actually puts where she got specialty containers from, and she also tells you who photographed this beautiful book for her. I reference this for inspiration for any type of high-end design. I also love how it teaches you an advanced setting of principles and elements of design. You cannot go any farther in design without understanding basic principles and elements, using them in a very bare basic design. But something like this can take you to the next level of your design. You don't have to do the beautiful, insane designs that are in here, but for any type of designer, pulling out 1 or 2 techniques and taking it to that next level is what makes you that little bit more money, or teaches you some new technique for competitions or presentations. So check this book out. You can actually find it at Hitomi Gilliam's website, and her website is design358.com. The book is $80. If you have any questions about it, you can always email Hitomi, or you can really leave any comments below. A lot of people have this book. It's a great reference book for anything inspirational, and I would say you really should get this book and just have it somewhere in your shop or personal, because if you are kind of feeling drained, a lot of us get that design drain. This is one of those books where if you open it up, it's not just pretty things that you're like, oh, I want to try this. it is educational. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm going to learn how to do this, or I'm going to learn how to execute these principles and elements properly. So check it out. Yet again, go to design358.com and check out all the other books that she has. Our next book is one of my all-time favorite books. It is the Gregor Lurch sketchbook number 2. It's actually titled Skizzenbuch Sketchbook number 2. The great thing about this book is it's partially in German and it's partially in English. So if you see any type of paragraph in German, it will also have English right next to it. This is different pieces of Gregor Lurch's sketchbook. You can't see, it's really tiny words and detail, but he tells you exactly where he references how he learned how to crochet certain wires, where to get specialty wire, any type of material from, goes through principles and elements of design through his designs. I love this because it reinforces sketching out designs. A lot of designers do not, and when you sketch it out, what you put on the paper may not be what you initially thought you were going to design. Might be worse, might be better, but you can erase things and add to it and kind of evolve how the basis of your design is going to be. That's the great thing about Gregor is no matter what he's talking to you about, he makes you think about everything and anything and educate yourself just by the simplest suggestion or conversation. But he makes you think about how to make yourself that much better, to be a better designer and a better person overall. I have learned a lot from this book. I also have my very first woven bird in here. It's dried out, but it's pressed it. In a lot of my books, you'll find personalized things. The first time I ever got this book was when somebody made me that bird. And so I would check out this book. You can find it at gregorlurch.de, and it is 28 euros. But you can also get at Fusion Flowers. I'm from the US, I don't know how easy it is to get books shipped when it converts to euros. But if you go to fusionflowers.com, they have it also in their bookstore, and it's $66.31 US dollars. Yet again, if you have any questions for Gregor, you can always find him and send a message on Facebook or on his email. On his website, you can also contact him. If you have any questions about getting it from Fusion Flowers magazine, you can always contact them through email. You can find all their information on their contact page or on Facebook yet again. Allison Bradley is really good about getting back to any type of messages, whether it's email or Facebook messages. If you're looking to educate yourself in very high-end skilled techniques, this is where you need to go. You're learning how to braid, crochet, wires. So check this one out. Alright, so go make sure that you check out all 3 of those books. Whether you're looking for just something beautiful, something that will teach you some really awesome skill that you can use for like ever, or some kind of just inspiration because you're just kind of in a slump, make sure you go to all the websites, check all of the designers out on Facebook. I'm going to put all the links below to get the books, but you can always type in their name in Facebook or any social media to go see what they're up to, because they're always putting up pictures of events they've been to, or things that can also inspire you, and you can kind of see where they're going to be. Check out videos that they're in or anything. We're going to move on to our 2 books of the week that I really, really want. And the sad part is I actually own these at one time. I'm a huge believer in giving books to people as gifts. Almost all the books I have are autographed, so it's kind of a cool, fun gift to give. But I only give them to people that I think are deserving. I know that sounds very kind of like pretentious. But when I meet young designers or older designers that they're at a point in their career where they are putting their all into their design and they're putting themselves out there, whether it's on boards or if it's in competition or trying to become presenters, those people that are striving to be excellent and that are pushing themselves, I think they deserve whatever knowledge you can bestow on them. 2 books that I chose for what I want to get again, and I'm looking forward to buying again, are 2 books that are kind of the same. They both focus on the human form and adorning it with floral design. It's not just naked people covered in flowers, it's an art. It takes the exact lines of somebody's body and it follows them. It shows you how beautiful natural people are with such a natural thing such as flowers. Our first book is by Julie Reed, AIFD. She is from Las Vegas. She also runs the Las Vegas Floral Design School. And her book is called Beauty of Life, It came out in 2013, I believe, or that's where I saw it at AIFD in 2013. It is got some sexiness to it. It's called a coffee table book, but it's very inspirational. When you flip through it, you can find many different pictures that make you want to figure out how it's done, or you really want to do yourself, or kind of make it your own. You can find that on her website at juliereedevents.com. The link will be below. It is $55 for everyone, but the shipping's a little different between US and everywhere else outside the US, so check that out. Check out her website, see all the beautiful things she does. Also check her out on Facebook. You can look up Beauty of Life on Facebook or social media, and it will kind of, you can see the reviews of people that have already bought it, or like some pictures and kind of what they're up to with the book. Our next book kind of goes, like I said before, along the same lines of celebrating the human body, and it is Botanical Art for Your Eyes Only. It's a long title, but it's absolutely amazing. The two designers that created this book are Jarvis AIFD and Horne AIFD, and this is from 2008. I got the book in 2010 at the AIFD symposium. It was my very first symposium. I went kind of crazy buying books. Like I said, I love books, whether it's floral books or any kind of book. I have a very large book collection. I love reading. This book was one of the first books I'd ever seen. I don't know how many more around that showed naked body. They also did a presentation that year that went along with their book, which had a quite naked man on the stage, but the design captured you, and all their designs, it wasn't like, oh, look at a naked person. It is, oh, look how beautiful this design is that flows with the natural line of this person's body. It's done very tastefully with proper shadows and lighting, but when you look at the design, you go straight to the design. You don't look at, oh, there's a naked person or a half-naked person in the picture. You look at how beautifully they have executed their designs. There's other designs in the book that have nothing to do with the human form. It's just all about very sexy, very interesting design. So check out both these books if you want something a little spicy, a little sexy, but still very, very interesting, very creative, something out of the box. It's not just page after page of beautiful design. It is thought-provoking design. So thank you for joining us again for Floral Friday. Check back next week. We might be baking. I don't know. We might. I might have said it, so now we have to. You can subscribe below. You can like it. It's all up to you. Check out Floral.today for all of our blogs where we're visiting different companies and people and all of our interviews. And have a great day, and especially a great Floral Friday. Bye.